have Austin, uh, mobile, auto mechanics come to you. We got these kind of variations that are all very, very similar to the main keyword, which is mobile mechanic Austin. If you're trying to rank for one of those type of words, I think you could add it. You would add it to the description. You could just throw it in there as an actual keyword, and you would add it to the tags, and then you would then send some backlinks and anchor text to it with that. And that's the same thing I would do with a site. But if it's different than that, it's a little bit off, then yeah, definitely creating a new video with it right in the title. Videos tend to be a little bit more specific. If you're trying to rank a video, it's more of the it's more of what you've got in the title that I've found that is kind of going to kind of dominate what's going to rank. So that's the keywords that you've got going on, and it's kind of a competitive niche. It's what you've got in the title. It's reinforced in the description. It's reinforced in the title tags. It's reinforced in the other areas that I teach in the Pay-Per-Call Ninja course, and that's what you're going to rank for. So it sounds to me like, without looking at the details, you probably just want to create another video. And if you've got a similar video, just change the length of it. Change the length of the intro. Change the length of the exiting of it just by making it a little bit longer on both ends of it. You don't have to redo the video, and then just redo the title, the description, and the title tags for the description keyword, and even you can put it under the same channel, so it's kind of all themed out. Alrighty, randomly going in here, blah 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 blah. What? Okay, so I'm just reading through these. Okay, so Alan's asking, what is the URL for the SEO that normally sells for 97? The traffic, Traffic Davis. Okay, I'm not here to pitch anybody on this kind of stuff, but if you ask, I'll certainly put it in. I did send out an email out earlier, so you might want to check your emails or your spam folders. Let me just come back to you in just a second here. Yeah, Traffic Davis. Yeah, it checks the competition of your site, and the other is unlimited, so it's a pretty cool deal here. Let me just grab the link right here really quickly. Let's see here. Get this out of the way, our slideshow. And that, hang with me, everybody, don't go anywhere. And let me get this open right here. All right, cool. So I'm just going to in order to get the link, I need to go into someplace kind of personal, so I'm just going to just blank out the screen for just a second. So it's now blanked out. Don't freak out. I'm just grabbing the link right here, and I'll come back with it. I'll put it in the service, or in the chat box here. Just give me 2 seconds here. And we'll get to this. Bam, 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 bam. I felt like there's some good questions today. There were some really good questions, a lot of good ones coming on, and I felt like we've also got, here we go. There's a lot of good value on this call. This is a pretty good, darn good call today. So let me get that out of the way. Come back in here. We're back on, and let me just throw it in the chat box. So it's obviously an affiliate link on that end of it, Traffic Davis, but it is, it's not a piece of junk tool. It's been around for a while. There's definitely value to it, and it seriously is normally. It's not some inflated price. It seriously is, $97, and you get it for around $28, $29 at the dime sale. So it's probably about $28 by now, but it's still an awesome deal. There's some people whining on that thread. That's why I can't stand the Warrior Forum for a lot of reasons. You get so many whiners and trolls on there. People whining about, the price should be $25. instead of 26 because you said 70% off, but it's a dime sale. I mean, it's just ridiculous. People are arguing over a buck or two. But anyways, they obviously have nothing better to do with their time, but just ignore that stuff on there. So there it is. Let me get back to the questions on this. Okay, so let's see here. Ron asks on here, when is the new WordPress template you talked about last week going to be available? We're currently just still working with that. It's a little bit larger project than I anticipated, to be honest with you, going into it, but it will be coming soon. Also know that the Optimized Press, I mean, if you have the Rockstar theme, that one works great. In fact, I looked at somebody's sample site today. It looked pretty darn good to me. And then we also offer the Optimized Woo-Woo, and then you can take a look at that in there. That's the one I use, and then we've got some videos on how I kind of, or how my team actually adjusts those to make them look the way we make our mobile sites look and mobile mechanic Austin sites look. And you can do that exact same thing. It's a nice looking, good site. We've had really good conversions with it and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a theme, that one's already in there. It's already in the course. Just check it out and work through it. And if you've got any kind of issues with that, that's why I pay my support staff to take care of you guys. If you've got questions about that, please just send them in to our support desk. That's what they're there for. But I am coming up, because that Optimized Press Woo theme is, our Optimized Woo theme is slightly adjusted to meet our needs. And even though we've got training videos on how to do that, I realized that for some people even that is, we want to make it I want to make it as easy as possible. So that's why we put into place a little over a couple of months ago, how can we make a similar theme that's more of a point and click, that's really, really easy to use. And we're almost done with that, so that will be available on here. Okay. Alrighty, so Lou asked a really good question on here, is how much of the website content do you need to change when you're scaling for the same niche in different cities? So same niche in different cities. I went over an experiment in the experiment module. I think that's module 8, where I actually took same niche, different cities, and I just did duplicate content, both the home page and the posts. I just changed out the geo-targeting, the phone numbers, the zip codes, obviously from San Diego to Houston, those kind of geo-targeting things. And I just swapped those out. And I did that with 10 sites, and then I compared 10 other sites where we duplicated the homepage. I always duplicate the homepage, by the way. And we're easily floating up to page 1 all the time consistently. And so we have the homepage duplicated, but we did not duplicate the post, which is like, in an easy and a medium market is around 4 to 6, maybe 8 posts at the most. Original content. So it was really post original content versus posts duplicate content, and just changing the geo-targeting. If I'm confusing, you'll look in the experimental module, and I go over this in detail. Now we were able to rank all of the types of sites onto page 1. It's just that the posts that were duplicated, so we basically had the same sites minus the zip codes and the phone numbers and the city name across different cities. We literally just duplicated it. We were still able to rank page 1, no problem. It just seemed to take a lot longer. And I concluded in that experiment that moving forward, and it's exactly what we do today, moving forward, that we were going to continue with the original content for the posts, and do that for every city. Takes a little bit longer to do, a little bit more work, but there's no backlinks involved, and that's just a business decision I decided to make, but both methods work. Alrighty, okay, cool. Good question. So Jim asks on here. He says if you place a generic, kind of a non-client video on your homepage, kind of like the ones we do, the Powtoons, and you later decide to swap it out for a client video, will that have a negative impact on your homepage ranking if you swap it out to a different video? You shouldn't, but if you do, it's only temporary. Okay, you might get a slight little Google dance going on there, but it would only be temporary. And if you want to kind of support that, the site and some posts with some little bit of backlinks in there, you should be just fine. So this is assuming you're already like in the top 3 position and you've been there for a little while, like maybe a month or something, and then you decide to swap out that header in the video from your kind of generic one to your client's exact one. You might see some little adjustment, but you should be right back up to page 1. So it's not a long-term thing, and it's probably the best decision you can make, right? Because you got somebody who's really interested, and they've got a more targeted, more personal video, which hopefully can maybe convert more and speak more to the customers than your generic video. So do it. I think it's a good thing. Oh, I love it. Jim said, that's exactly what I was thinking. Jim says, some warriors' mindsets are step over dollars to pick up pennies. That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I can't spend too much time over there because it's it's environment. It really is. I mean, it's like, even though the Traffic Davis, people put it on and it's a freaking, it's a total fire sale. And they didn't have to do it. It's a total fire sale. Seriously, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people have got it, and they paid $97 for it, and now for a few days you can pick it up for 73% off the regular price on the Warrior Farm. Pretty cool, right? But you got to put up with the junk that's in the people leaving the comments. I was like, oh my God, just go and buy it and get out of there and get on with your business. Alrighty, so another question here, Chris, is if authority sites such as AngieList.com, which is an authority site, by the way, YellowPages.com, and BetterBusinessPro.org. Okay, so wait a minute. Out of those 3 authority sites, Angie's List and Better Business Pro are both paid, and those are both serious authority sites. And that's not the strategy we use, but I'm just telling you off the top of my head, if I only had to choose one, I'd probably choose the Angie's List and send some backlinks to it. Would probably be the least expensive way, if not, BetterBusinessBureau.org is really, you got to recognize that's just a man-made or man-person created credential, and it's just a business model. And so they've just, you pay to play. You pay whatever it is, $225 a year to pay or whatever, and you can put their little symbol on your site. Okay, so anyways, are in the top okay, so Chris, if an authority site such as blah 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 blah, as I just mentioned, in the top 3 positions in organic searches, how difficult or easy it is in your experience to rank above these sites? Super easy, no problem. These are just ranking there. Whenever you see something like an AngieList, a Yellow Pages, a Yelp, a Yahoo listing, a Better Business Bureau, a Craigslist listing, whenever you see these kind of things on page 1, know that right there, that is a huge neon sign saying, I am so easy to rank for, it's unbelievable. So don't be steered away from that. Know that it's now super easy to rank for. It's because Google would frankly rather have a site up. That's been my experience. Google would rather have a real